Node 564560 connected to Node 564562.
This is K9PQ with an audio test and standing by for net.
He spent the whole winter. He spent the whole winter taking all the density.
WU7 and testing. You sound good, Jim, and 7QO.
Node 3, 3, 1, 6, 4, 2, 5. Connected to node 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 0.
Good evening. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the 08 machine. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. The Western Washington Amateur Television Society is a group of amateur radio enthusiasts that take to the airways with digital amateur television in the DVB-T format. We transmit on 70 centimeters to a crossband repeater at Cougar Mountain, which spits out images at 1.2 gigahertz. To find out more about our group, please Google WW7ATS. It's Google WW7ATS. That will take you to our homepage on the internet. There you'll see the exact frequencies we transmit and receive on, and also a little bit of history of our group. Also, we carry our audio on WWSTR's 2-meter repeater, 147.08, for voice transmissions during our nets. So with that, I'll pause in case anybody has emergency traffic or needs to make a contact before the net gets fully underway. Welcome back. This is Dave, KD7ZYM, and again, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. So far checked in by the net is Ron, KD7QKU in Tacoma, Lee, N7KC in Port Angeles, Bob, K9PQ, Richard, K7ITX, Jim, N7QO, WU7N in Northeast Bellevue, and myself, Dave, KD7ZYM. If there's anybody else wishing to check in. Hearing none, let's start off the net with Ron, KD7QKU. Again, Ron, KD7QKU.
KD7QKU. Can everyone hear me? Dave's giving me thumbs up. I guess I better turn my picture on, see if I can get a picture that I did earlier.
Well, I was just talking to Richard a minute ago, and we were talking about I don't see a picture coming. There it is. So we were talking about cars, and I had said the first date I ever taken Joanna on was to the Monroe racetrack. A guy I know, his brother had just bought a championship car. It was in his class, and he was a body and fender guy, so he straightened it all up and painted it really beautiful. So we went to the races, and his name was Jim. And so everybody told him, "Now just take it easy because you've never raced, you don't know anything about it." So he was the fastest time. He had the fastest time when he timed in. And so he was in the first big race. He wanted to win. He had that mentality. It was kind of interesting. I don't know, second or third lap, he was passing everybody on the outside and going like, going out of you know what. And there must have been some dirt or something on the track. And he lost control and he hit the guardrail and flipped the car end over end about 3 or 4 times, completely destroyed it. He didn't get killed or hurt. He was probably sore from the seatbelt straps and stuff, but he got out and walked away. But that was the end of his racing career. Oh my. And then I said, I went to the Lincoln dealer one day in Bellevue, and they had just taken an old town car in on a trade. I looked at it, it was real clean, didn't have a dent in it. It only had about 65,000 miles on it, but it was, I forget what year it was. It was, I want to say 74, but I'm not really sure. It was a pretty nice looking car, real clean. So I went in and asked him, I asked the lot boys what they were going to do with it, and he said that he thought they were going to wholesale it. So I went in and I found the salesman, and asked him, told him I was interested in buying it, but I only wanted to pay wholesale price for it if they were going to wholesale it. And so he went and got the boss, and the boss said, yeah, no, I'll sell it for you. So I got it. I think I paid $2,500 or something for it. And then I went home, told Joanne she had to take me down, and I bought this car. And it cleaned up really nice. And it was a beautiful car. You know, like I say, it got 28 miles to the gallon on the freeway, if you can imagine that. I don't know, it had a big V8 in it. But I knew another guy that had one, my boss actually, and his got the same kind of mileage. It was really a nice car. Joanne just hated it. She didn't want to be seen in it. She thought just old rich people drove cars like that. She didn't want to have any part of it, so I ended up selling it. But it was a really nice car. I really liked it. So, all right, enough of that. Back to Net, KD7QK.
KD7QKU, thanks with that. And you did have a double echo for some reason came in on your transmissions. So let's move on to Lee, N7KC in Port Angeles.
Here. I've got a call sign, and all right, there we go. All right, this is Lee, N7KC in Port Angeles. Good evening, all. Um, yeah, well, good to see you. I'm here for probably till half hour, 8:30, something like that, and then I got to pull out. But I did want to make an appearance tonight. Yeah, the Lincoln Town Car. Well, Ron, when I was a senior in high school, um, I had oh my gosh, um, well, we know, can't think of it. Oh, a LaSalle. Yeah, it was a 1940 LaSalle. Uh, it was something. Six-fold ignition, uh, 600 by, or they were 800 by 16 tires, a flat head V8, Cadillac V8 in it, with the big crossover on the top, and it was just a magnificent vehicle. It was a column shift. It didn't have a shifter on the floor, but of course it was a stick, and it used a lot of fuel. But fuel was only 25 cents a gallon back in those days. So everybody liked to go out on Friday or Saturday night in my LaSalle, you know, but everybody had to chip in a quarter for fuel. Uh, because I simply could not. I could not do that on my own money. So that's what I always said. I'll be glad to drive, but you all have to chip in on the fuel. And everybody always did and had a good time. Anyway, when I graduated high school and went into the Navy, I sold it to my parents, my stepdad and my mom, and then they subsequently split and had a big sale, and a couple of my friends bought it and put it in a garage and stored it for a while, an old barn. And now it has been fully restored. It was beautiful when I got it, just had a paint job, new chrome and everything. It was just beautiful car. and ran really well. But anyway, they had it totally restored, or they sold it to somebody who restored it, put it in a museum in Newark, Ohio. And I've never been back there to see that car, but if I ever get back there, I'm going to try to look it up. Anyway, um, it's raining here right now, very lightly. We had 0.05 this morning. That was the first of the month here, and we're getting a little more right now. I don't know how much, but we're still way behind on our rain. There is snow showing up here on Klahani Ridge. There's a 6,000-foot ridge that runs down. There's Huracan and Klahani, and Klahani is the one you see from town, and it's showing snow, looking a little more wintry. The time change now has come and went, and we're all squared away time wise. And it's that time of the year. Anyway, I hope I'm getting through. Okay, so I'm sending it back to you, Dave. This is N7KC in Port Angeles. Back to Net Off.
N7KC, thanks for that. And for an ID, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society on the 08 machine. Let's go to Bob, K9PQ. K9PQ.
Again, calling K9PQ. And this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. Again, I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. Let's go to Richard, K7ITX. And again, this is Dave, KD7ZYM, saying the 2-meter repeater has managed to stay keyed for some reason. So let's try again for Bob, K9PQ.
Dave, for some reason the repeater is not dropping. Did Lee drop his Echo Link or his OBS, or maybe you? I'm not sure.
No, this is Dave, KD7ZYM. I'm showing that I'm not transmitting.
I'm using nothing but 2 meters, and I'm getting like a 5-second echo.
Copy that. Well, let's see if we can pick up Jim, N7QO in Covington.
N7QO. Don't know if you guys can hear me. Yeah, I agree with Bellevue Jim there. The repeater has not dropped here for some reason. And I'm getting that double echo intermittently on most everyone. I did not get it on Lee. When it's there, it seems to be there for the entire transmission. Dave, when you were okay, thanks.
Six seconds into this, 6 seconds, 8 seconds into link, WU7N, Whiskey Uniform 7 November, 11 seconds into link, 14 seconds into link, WU7N, 16 seconds into link, WU7N, 20 seconds into link, WU7N. Okay, I'm 22 seconds into the link and it doesn't seem to be syncing. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing, 30 seconds into link. 30 seconds into link at 25 frames per second. Okay, I'm about 39, 40 seconds in, and I'm not hearing myself come through 2 meters. Okay, I do see a call sign, and let me see if I can hear myself. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is WU7N. Okay. Okay, this is Whiskey Uniform 7 November at 1 minute 30 seconds in. And, okay, so apparently I'm not being heard on 2 meters, but I am being heard on the main site. Okay, so I'm going to kill the OBS connection, and I'm going to go back on 2 meters. in, and I don't know if anyone's hearing me or not. I'll go ahead and make a few comments. Let's see. There was a serious double echo on the first participant tonight, Ron, but I did get that someone you knew had been in a major accident and racing, and it was the end of his racing career, but he didn't get hurt. I would say that's a win. Lee, thank you for the 30 minutes you're giving us for the net tonight. We'll take anything we can get. That is really an amazing car. A column shift at a time when gas was 25 cents a gallon, and now the car's in a museum in Ohio. I don't think anybody could top that story. My 1987 Nissan is rusting away down in the storage area, and I've got to decide whether to donate it for parts somewhere or sell it for parts or fix it and try and get it to go again. But, wow, today wasn't the day. It was pouring rain here much of the day. So this is James, WU7N. I don't know if anybody can hear me, but I'm going to go ahead and stop the OBS transmission.
U7. Yeah, and we did get something. It seems like the digital audio is not being transferred over for some reason this evening. That failed. And this again is Dave, KD7ZYM. Here in Lake City, I've got 52 degrees and heavy rain going on. We have about a half inch of rain came down, and today I did get a bunch of domestic chores done. So that was about all that was happening here. So I'm going to move it back up to Ron, KD7QKU.
Okay, well, I'm going to use the 2-meter radio. I don't know if you guys heard me over the TV or not. So, very clearly, but I heard Jim in. Same with James. I heard him occasionally, but not very often. I didn't get really anything he said. Yeah, I have 51.8 degrees here, Dave, and man, oh man, did it. About noon, the wind came up real hard, and then it rained. It rained till the water. I got almost an inch of rain today. It didn't rain constantly, but it just rained off and on. But man, when it rained, it really rained hard. And Lee's frozen up. Well, maybe he's moving now. Yeah, I remember LaSalle's. They were really nice cars. Never really owned one. My first car was a 33 Ford 5-window coupe, and it was not much good. Yeah, Dave is giving me thumbs up. Okay, you're probably getting an echo if it's going back through the TV camera, so I'm sorry about that. We taken the Corvette to the Corvette Club meeting, dinner meeting. We meet at a restaurant Saturday, and then when I went to come home, the indicator couldn't see. You couldn't see it. You know, I know just about how it works. It's park, neutral, and drive, I think, and so I was able to drive it just fine. But anyway, I decided I needed to fix it. So I found a YouTube video on how to fix it, and it was pretty simple. I taken it apart real easy, and it has, I would call it a prism. There's a bulb in the center of the selector, and then there's a prism that goes over the top of the bulb, and it like goes out, you know, the full length of the selector, I suppose. And the bulb, it kind of burned that plastic prism, and so I taken a what, you know, a little grinder, what are they called? Dremel. I had a Dremel, so I taken that and I cleaned it all up where it was kind of mildewed. It was now kind of bulb in it, put it back together, and it just works like gangbusters. It looks really good, easy to see now. Right, so that's nice. So, I guess that's it for this round. Yeah, I said I had almost an inch of rain today. So anyway, back to net, KD7QKU.
KD7QKU, thanks for that. Let's go on to
Okay. All right. I've got my call and video. So this is Lee on 7KC in Port Angeles. Ron, I'm just sending you a text. Anne Marie up in Anacortes has got. She may have a collection of Corvettes. Anyway, I know she's in a Corvette club. So if you ever get the chance to talk to her, you might ask her about that. You know who that is on the 519 machine. And the good news is the 519 is not going away. They got their problem squared away with Day Wireless apparently, and the repeater is good to go, and they're not going to have to jerk it like they thought they were. So anyway, ta-da! I don't have anything else. I think I'm getting down. Probably I'll pull the plug when I am done this time. Um, I saw James, excellent. James looked great. Video was good. You sounded good on the stream. All I can see here is the stream. That's all I'm using. Ron was, and Dave, every now and then, there's a break in your audio for in the stream. I mean, it just stops and a little circle spins, and then it comes back and seems to have been buffered, and it plays it over. And I don't believe the problem is here. I have plenty of bandwidth and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know where it is, but I don't think it's here. With that, it's good to see you guys, and I will. I think I'll sign now and catch you down the pike. So back to you, Dave. This is N7KC Lee in Port Angeles. So go ahead.
WU7N in Northeast Bellevue, Whiskey Uniform 7 November. WU7N, Whiskey Uniform 7 November. Checking the Watt streaming now to see if I'm coming through. Okay, I am coming through. So I am not coming through on 2 meters, but I am apparently getting transmitted on 1.2 gigahertz, and I'm coming through the internet to the QSL.net site when I'm on OBS. Now, if I transmit on both 2 meters, I'm transmitting both on 2 meters, WU7N, and on OBS at the same time. So, Dave, I'm going to ask you for a report on 2 meters if this causes echo and feedback. Go ahead.
Full quieting, no feedback or echo.
Okay, well, I guess I've broken the code, at least for me. I have to be on both OBS audio and 2 meter audio to have this all work. Well, I was trying to listen to what I could. I heard someone had some horrific accident and had to be hauled away in a helicopter. I'm not sure who that was. Hope it's nobody we know. But condolences to whoever that is. I wish them a speedy recovery. Let's see, what else did I hear? I'm sorry, I was so busy trying to troubleshoot things here. I was having a hard time keeping up with the conversation. Big thanks to Wade out there. I think he did reset something at the site. Thank you very much for doing that. We probably need more people that have that capability. I probably should be one of them. And on Discord, for some reason, I'm in a Discord loop where it keeps asking me to check my email and jump through all sorts of hoops to get that to work again. And this is the exact same computer I did all those hoops last time, and it says I'm from a new login location. So I'm not sure what's going on with that either. Okay, so let's see. Well, it poured rain here all day today. Yesterday I got 2 out of 4 gutters cleaned out, the ones that you only have to climb up on a little ladder to get to, so I guess you just die a little death. The other 2 gutters on the back of my house are 3 stories down, and when it was wet I didn't want to try and take them on. But I do notice it makes a difference. My attached neighbor just had water pouring over the edge of his gutters. His gutters are totally non-functional at this point. They're so filled with stuff. So I'm glad I got that done. Went to physical therapy today and had some real good progress there, so that was good. And swung by Costco, had some samples, and they have a new treat at Costco, a brownie fudge sundae that is just delicious. They claim 800 calories, but I'm sure it's probably 1,800. So I had one of those and then came on home. So anyway, I highly recommend the brownie fudge sundae ice cream at Costco, $3.30. Can't go wrong. So this is James, WU7N. I'm going to turn it back to our net control Dave in Tacoma. Go ahead and take it away, Dave. I'm going to go ahead and stop this OBS transmission.
Okay, this is Ron, KD7QKU in North Tacoma. I don't know if I identified the last couple of times. Well, when I was young, I was kind of crazy. I loved to drive fast. I was just sitting here thinking, we went to fish, we were salmon fishing at Nia Bay or CQ, I don't remember where. I was driving my pickup and we were towing a boat, and we wanted to catch the ferry at Edmonds or wherever we came across, and so we were running a little bit late, and so every time I got a chance I would pass, and I don't know how fast I was driving. Could have been driving 80, 90 miles an hour. It wouldn't be surprising. Anyway, we got to the ferry line and then we were sitting there, and waiting for the boat to come. This guy come walking up, and he looked at us and he said, I never seen anybody tow a boat that fast before. He said, I wanted to see how you had it hooked up. He said, you guys don't even have that boat tied down and back. He said it was just hooked on the bow. And when you passed me, he said, that boat was in the air. It wasn't even on the trailer. So it's a wonder in my life I didn't ever, have a bad wreck. I only had one bad wreck. I may have told this story. I was working for a car dealer, Chrysler Plymouth dealer, and they got in a 57 Chevy. And I'd taken it for a test run, and I wanted to see how fast it would go. And I had, the speedometer was pegged the last time I looked at it. And I went into a series of corners, and I lost control of it, and I ended up totaling it completely out, and I had to call the dealership and have them come and get it with a wrecker. But I didn't get hurt. That was almost before seat belts. I don't think I was belted in. But anyway, yeah, I'm crazy. I like to drive fast. I don't anymore, but I used to like to drive fast. All right, back to net, KD7QKU.
Dick Litchek. Now that sounds interesting. Okay. Frozen. Let's see here. Man, I don't know if anyone's watched the news lately. Of course, Election Day and lots of results about that, but it
was God's way of letting us know He's still in charge. I remember as a kid, I would quite early in the morning, there was an agricultural report on one of the, I think it was 2 TV stations, maybe we had 3 by the time I left, but agricultural report, whenever we would get a big thunder cell moving through, you could hear it on the microphone, as well as the TV, crackling when the lightning came, and he would always say, "We hear you, God, we hear you." Well, anyway, I notice we're almost to the top of the hour. Appreciate everyone's participation tonight and trying to troubleshoot everything. I'm going to pause for a minute and ask Dave if he's hearing me on 2 meters, because I never saw myself come up this time on the off the transmit. Oh, there I am right now. Right now, I just came up. Okay, well, anyway, this is James, WU7N. I'm going to go ahead and terminate the OBS transmission.